Alright, so I was thinking that I wanted to read to you something that I wrote regarding all of the symbolism and the movies and all the stimuli that we're exposed to through all the different forms of art and media, especially through technology. And I've been trying to get these thoughts out for a while now. I've been playing around with the best way to put it, and I finally wrote something yesterday. Stuff hit my brain that I think is going to be really good for everybody to chew over and think over. So I'm going to read this for you now and then let you marinate on it. The physical senses seem to bewilder us. The myriad of stimuli with technological origin invading our senses and our subconscious minds leave us astounded. We are being given valuable, usable experience in the form of sound, story, and symbol. Our television shows, movies, songs, and song lyrics depicting for us millions and billions and trillions of frames of symbolic information. An uncountable amount, really. What would be a gold mine of initiatory and revelatory content, providing us with occult knowledge, is given to us so fast and consumed at such a rapid rate we are left in an unconscious state of conscious repudiation. An inability to deal, leading us to dismiss the nuggets of gold buried beneath their finite but patternized style of manifestation. The same themes occurring again and again, lost in the character of the content and the individual's inability to recognize the context. There is nothing the average individual can do, having no methods to decipher or to dig up the codes or the manifestations and the symbols that hide the messages, the gold, in the bottles that are his consumed content. Unable to exercise his free will and unaware of the value he is exposed to, he is unconsciously programmed by his ego to adopt a fundamentalist interpretation of his content in response to the fear of the manifestation of its darker depictions. What could have been an illuminating mental initiation through artistic stimulation becomes a toxic program embedded in the unconscious, misunderstood by the ego, leading that person's ego to mark boundaries against the fear of these more misunderstood manifestations, backing up the energies, not allowing them to flow, thereby defending himself against the plan of creation by accumulating these energies as protection against death. The time that these artistically stimulated experiences could have saved the ignorant individual had he been armed with the information necessary to decipher and deal with the symbolism, almost infinite symbolism, that he would and often does encounter on these journeys through his artistic movies, shows, etc., through his artistic consumption, would have been incredible. And the value added to his life would be immeasurable. The knowledge gained through that journey of the mind, through the medium of a game, movie, or television show, would then be like entering a cheat code in your life, putting the evolution of the soul on steroids. But instead, the individual, unprepared for his or her mental journeys into the artistic realm of unconscious initiation, finds themselves prisoner to the misunderstood stimuli, often too unaware to analyze his escapist pleasures on any level deeper than boxing them in as a favorite pastime. Because any person at any age is permitted to consume any content and to take any journey through that content, there is no way to save them from the programming they will adopt when they seek to put up boundaries against the literally interpreted content they consume. The ego, a spiritual substance upon which experience is superimposed, protecting itself against the happenings of events designed to program fear. This is literally akin to throwing a person into a high-level karate tournament with no martial arts background. I really don't think getting the ass whooping of a lifetime, getting shell-shocked by a master striker's unchambered fists, is an experience that will eventually lead to growth. In fact, I believe it would be a bit like feeding someone to the wolves. It's not necessarily an experience one recovers from very easily, sometimes carrying the experience around as a wound to the confidence for the entirety of a lifetime. More often than not, exposing someone with no experience or training to an environment where it would take an expert level to survive or succeed does not offer much value at all. To be exposed to the overwhelming amount of external stimuli, armed with no idea about its deeper meanings and purposes, leaves the majority in a forest filled with fruit trees, and materials to make a ladder for climbing the trees, but erasing the concept of ladders and fruit from their mind, leaving them with no idea in their heads that can stimulate them to derive value from the contents given. No way to weave these single items into a unified whole, and no desire to come up with such an idea, as they are also unaware of the fruit. These journeys are valuable, but ill-equipped to see them for what they are makes them dangerous. Accept their ambiguity, or suffer without repose, rotting in a state of stupefaction.